Hytale, a game of adventure and creativity. Not a fake, not a ripoff, but an entirely new game. Hi everyone, it's Ray. Today I'll be talking about Hytale. Just in case you don't know what Hytale is, it's a game being made by Hypixel Studios, the ones who made the best Minecraft server in the world, Hypixel. Before I get into it, please consider subscribing, but if you don't like my content, you can easily unsubscribe. Let's get into it. Whether it is exploring places from sea trenches to mountains, battling all kinds of creatures from skeletons to dragons, playing hundreds of games with your friends, modifying your world, or even sharing creations from videos to builds, Hytale is what has it all. Hytale is basically the combination of Minecraft, Terraria, and Skyrim. That's just people's opinion. Hytale not only lets players build anything they can imagine, just like Minecraft, but also lets players embark on journeys with mysterious places, exciting challenges, and thrilling rewards. There is a big chunk of lore to uncover and many things to know about. Many elements combine to make this game the greatest. One of them is multiplayer. You can play mini-games like Sky Wars, Bed Wars, Housing, Mega Walls, Paintball, Hunger Games, and many more. You can even watch videos together at a movie theater, or you can make your own movies. Hytale allows you to change many aspects of the game. What do I mean by that? You can quickly add things to your world, change the animations and look of anything in the game, make your own mini games, and even create your own stuff. Sign me up. I'm probably going to make a lot of stuff out of those. Don't forget that there is even a ginormous amount of stuff you can use to change your look. Let's talk about the adventure mode. World generation is going to be amazing with many biomes and structures like NPC buildings, caves, ocean caverns, ruins, ancient monuments, dungeons, portal dungeons, and dozens more, each with many elements that will give us much to explore, as well as many pieces of the story. Biomes filled with things from small fields of grass to high mountains will be fascinating. Even Hytale's oceans are pretty much of a big deal, considering that they're filled with aquatic creatures, ruins, and caverns. Just be aware of the sharks, eels, piranhas, and especially the far ocean kraken if you want to explore the deep waters. Bosses are the most obvious things in these kind of games. Some bosses will be weak, well, not as weak as us, I suppose, and some strong. Some as small as the player, and some as big as a yeti. Mobs of hundreds of different types inhabit the entire land. There are even NPC factions that form societies with their own habits, cultures, way of living, and role in the story. Some might be friendly, but others might be your enemies. One of the factions is the Trorcs. It is an enemy faction that you will probably meet during your first moments in the game. This faction has troll-orc creatures. Basically, they're a combination of trolls and orcs. Get it? Trorcs. Anyway, there are 5 different Trorcs. The Sentry, the Hunter, the Shaman, the Warrior, and the Chieftain. Now these 5 types are not just different looks of Trorcs, but they are different from each other in one unique way or another. Like, the Hunter will scout around and collect food if he finds any. The Warrior will rush to shelter if it rains. Well, the point is, all these types are specialized to behave differently and interact with objects differently from one another. They're not just the same mob reskinned only to look different from each other. Because when they cooperate by doing many different things, that is what makes them a faction. This will be the same for all other factions. Some members will hunt for food, some will guard important places, some will lead their people, some will work for the faction's development, etc. Although some mobs might just not come in factions. There is a wide variety of NPCs of different types who do different things, and I think this gives the game more depth and many things to explore. You'll have to increase your trust with the friendly factions by helping them in many ways, like boosting their development, or maybe even battling the enemy factions. Obviously, all species in Hytale have something going on between each other, and those relations play a great role in shaping the story of Hytale. Also, there are many things related to the lore of the game that we have to uncover, but with the clues gotten from blog posts and other sources, many pieces of lore are being put together. I'm sure none of us can wait to figure out the story. The world generation in Hytale makes caves and dungeons vary in many shapes, sizes, and types. They would be great for multiplayer. Speaking of multiplayer, Hytale even has a anti-cheat system that prevents, well, cheaters. It will be a great one for sure. Everything in Hytale, from tools to weapons to magical equipment, will have their own rarities here. Even mobs will have their own rarity and level. I think it is the width and depth of Hytale that makes it a great game. The way it immerses the player into a new world filled with opportunity is pretty extraordinary, and the rich RPG aspect of the game is definitely what is keeping us super hyped for the game's release. Keep in mind that you cannot punch trees like in Minecraft. Punching trees will hurt you instead. There are also a few features in Hytale that I do want to point out, like ambient sound, ambient lighting, a loadout wheel for quick selection, and even vertical slabs. Let's talk release date. Hytale is scheduled to release in 2021, but there is no info related to the month or the day. The Hytale team initially wanted to release the game somewhere in 2019, but we all know that whenever a game is delayed, the developers are just trying to make the game better. Why do you think Cyberpunk became a game filled with bugs? Because the developers didn't get enough time. By the way, the first Hytale game trailer hit 57 million views, beating the views of many trailers of games like Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Assassin's Creed 3, Fallout 76, Super Mario Odyssey, and for a long period of time in the past, it even beat the views of a Fortnite gameplay trailer. After seeing this, the Hytale team realized this game's potential, and to make the game as good as it can be, they probably had to delay it. They obviously have a lot of pressure and much work to do, so all I want to say is, keep it going, Hypixel Studios. We absolutely appreciate what you're doing, and we know you are doing great. What about Hytale's price? It hasn't been confirmed what exactly Hytale's price will be, or will it even have a price at all. But here's the thing. Pay-to-play games and free-to-play games both have their own ups and downs. A free-to-play game does draw in a bigger audience, but the game's quality can suffer due to the lack of immediate funds to the game through the paywall. The great thing is that Riot Games, the company that created two of the most popular games, League of Legends and Valorant, both of which are free-to-play games, actually acquired Hypixel Studios in April 2020. Thus, Riot Games will provide the Hytale team with all the help they need to be able to make Hytale a groundbreaking game. So that's pretty cool. A free-to-play game also has an increased number of hackers and cheaters, just like in Fortnite. But that is where the Hytale anti-cheat system comes in. Hopefully it will save the game from potential hackers and cheaters. Also, with Hytale's parental controls, young players, including me, can be given limits. But the real problem is microtransactions. Believe me, they suck. Free-to-play games have microtransactions. Almost every free-to-play game does. Paying real money for cosmetics, special items, and clothes is just so frustrating for many people. The only thing you can do is play the game for ages if you want to get the item you're looking for. But lastly, we can still hope that things won't go bad and that the game will be fun and engaging for everyone. The incredibly passionate Hytale community is growing and many things are being revealed every month as we reach closer to the launch date. As for me, I am beyond hyped for Hytale and whatever it's about to offer. Like many Hytale fans, I have been suffering while waiting for the game ever since the trailer came out. I would also like to give a big thanks to advertisements. I mean, I actually found out about Hytale by watching an ad about it. If ads didn't exist, I would not be making this video right now. So, by the way, I'm super excited for Hytale, and I know you are too. and we all know that Hytale is gonna be an amazing game. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.